Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 11 of Live in the Green Room, where it's not live and we are in the green room. Here I am with Justin Pugliese. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. And we just want to introduce these blokes who've come up with a new way of holding the microphone. They've got the Pell mics on today.
Hey, some innovators here, aren't they?
Take 11 shows for someone to work it out.
We got Dougie Murray and Gareth Sooth.
Payne.
That's it. Pain in my ass. That's what it is. How are you, boys?
Excellent.
Not going too bad.
Down to the green room, that could be bad.
That's it. Just talking about the green room, mate. What does it look like over there when it's bald and there's nothing there to look at? Does it upset you, or was it time to move on?
I can't believe how small it was.
Yeah.
It was.
It's time to move on. It was time to
Like in the footprint.
It seems so much bigger when you. But
Yeah.
When we're smaller.
Considering when I first started playing, you had to run around about 10 sets of stairs to get out the field, nearly tripped up going up there. So
End up back in the changing sheds.
Exactly right, mate. Get strapped up or stitched up, one of the two.
It's funny when they knocked it down. It was like, oh, we're knocking it down on Saturday. By Monday, it was turf and it was just gone. It was like it just disappeared from the Townsend Oval. Oh, it'll be missed.
Were any relics preserved from it, or
no?
I think a few boys went in there and went a bit wild and started ripping stuff out of the walls.
Yeah, good.
Isn't there something in here that came out, but other than the bell?
I think there's some stuff downstairs, like some of the signs. Some of the signs is downstairs in the gym.
Yeah, they've kept some of the.
I think a few guys snuck down and got a brick or a lump of wood or something. In their man caves at home somewhere.
Yeah, I think Danny's got a few weatherboards and.
I think Danny's got a few things
from this place.
Danny's got a few things from everywhere.
That'll be enough. We won't incriminate him anymore.
He does enough of that himself.
Good name, Danny.
Yeah.
But it was a good old building. They eventually put the steel stairs up the back because all the old guys like us couldn't get the big steps out the front.
That's right. Because the steps were about that big.
At least,
about a 1-8 decline, like.
And then getting down them after a night was.
Yeah, plenty of people. I've seen plenty of people come a cropper down there.
But it was all right though. We got a piano up there once. Carried a piano up.
Monkey
Really?
got a moped up there.
Yeah, we got a motorbike up there. Oh well, before Monkey, Russell Evans and that took a motorbike up there. Having motorbike jumps in the green room.
What sort of bikes?
It was a Honda 90, I think. And that was before the change room was added on the end, so you got changed upstairs.
Yeah.
The women weren't allowed in until all the first grade had finished showering and that. And there was no windows, it was just a door.
Yeah.
And so where you went into the shower, they had the bike back in the corridor there. I think it might have been Stewie Alderman and Wolfo. I'm not. Anyway, and then the ramp set up and they were coming out and... that was another night.
Wow.
Just one more night. One of the many.
Probably end of month kegs or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had to jump the kegs.
How'd they make the jump? What'd they make the jump out of?
They had the old trestle tables.
Yeah.
So just put a keg down and the trestle table and a few more kegs for them to try and clear. Wasn't much room when they landed at the other end.
I bet. Jesus.
You're going over the hangers for sure.
Anyway.
What other old wild stories are there from the green room?
Oh, I can't repeat a lot of them.
That's all right. We'll put up a disclaimer at the front.
No, we just had the World Cup ball. That was the fourth grade. Had just a keg show up there.
Oh yeah.
So some funny nights there. Smut Smith and man is gone now. He's passed, but he's come running out of the change room one night with toilet paper hanging out of his arse all alight, and it's a dance of the flaming arseholes. You know? So a lot of blokes said that's a good idea. So then you had about 8 blokes running around. You know?
Flaming assholes.
I mean, you know what it's like. When you have shows like that, and especially, it's just spontaneous things.
Yeah. There's always someone running around naked.
Oh, that's you, lad.
That's you. So, how did we start this off every same way? How did you end up playing for the Greens? What year did you start playing?
72.
72? Yeah.
71, I was playing under 19s at South, and Stevie Baggs and Brian Fisher started playing 4th grade. So they were playing in the grand final down at number 2, so I went down and watched that. And another mate, Steve Bray, I think he was playing 1st grade 5/8 then, Steve. So the next year when they signed up, I just come and signed up.
Yeah. That was 72. What would you play in? What grades? 4th grade?
Yeah. World Cup side, mate.
World Cup.
What was it called, the World Cup side? What was that?
Oh, that's just one of Fordham's and that Elder Mob's jokes they had. When they won it back in '68, I think they called themselves the World Cup squad or something. It just stuck.
How many seasons did you play at the Greens?
Up till I had my last game in, only one game for the year in '88, I think it was.
88. So 72 to 88.
Yeah.
So 14 years. It's pretty good. It's a good stint.
14 years?
I don't know.
He's good with maths, isn't he? Eh?
Well, someone check it.
Payne.
Someone check it.
I think it's 16 years.
Yeah, go on.
I think that's 16 years.
Run your own business, do you, mate?
A bit of pain.
But yeah, I had seasons off here and there. I went surfing a lot. And
Yeah.
if the surf was good, I only played 3rd and 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But if the surf was good, I didn't turn up.
Fair enough. That's probably why you played 3rd and 4th grade. You win any premierships?
Yeah, won 4 or 5, I think, probably.
It was the 60s and 70s, that's when they went on the big...
Yeah, well, I was there in the
Was it
70s and 80s.
70s and 80s.
60s, they won a fair few 4th grade too, I think. But I think the first 8 or 9 years I was there, I played in 5 or 6 grand finals or something.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure it'll be like that. You could check that up in the books, I guess.
Yeah.
And then a few in the 80s, and then was coach when we won it in 87, 4th grade.
Yeah.
World Cup?
Well, it wasn't called World Cup then, everyone had up grown out of it. We'd all matured, Chris.
We'll bring it back now. We'll bring it back for you, Dave.
And
Yeah, then I coached quite a bit.
then, yeah.
Coached in the
Coach Mooney first year, actually.
70s and 80s, and then I went away. And I coached in the 80s too, yeah. And then I went and lived overseas for 7 years.
Yeah.
And when I come back, I coached again,
Yep.
3rd grade, yeah.
Yeah, he coached me when I first turned up.
How did he go as a student?
He was a good footballer.
Yeah?
But if you wanted to get under his skin, just clip him. And then he spent
Not much has changed.
he spent the rest of the time he had on the field trying to kill the bloke who clipped him. Yeah?
Got to show him his boss, mate.
And how do you get here, Smooth? So, disclaimer, me and Smooth are actually very good mates, and we spend a lot of time together off the field.
At night time.
At night, we spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of time together. Us two.
Early
Talking rugby.
Yeah. Talking only rugby.
Strategising.
Yeah,
Where we have the next line out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, how'd you get here, Smooth?
Oh, I was up in Sealand and I just moved down here, probably 97. It was just, my knees weren't real good, so I just had a few years off, you know. Exploring Newcastle, you might say. And then I just had a gutful. I thought, fuck, I need to be footy, and I just turned up in the office. I knew Tobes, Brad Kinder, Adrian Clark, Matty Russell, those guys from around the reps that I played. I didn't actually play. I was going to play, then I decided I didn't want to play. Just met those guys from around the traps and playing against them. And I just turned up here in, was it 1999, the off-season, 1999, 2000 off-season.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So you came from Singo, Bulls.
Singo, the Bulls, yeah, they were going all right.
Played a bit of league at Singo.
Did for the Greyhounds. Yeah. Go the Greyhounds.
Yeah. You also played a bit of league down in Sydney at Panthers.
That was also a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, I've got it written down here actually.
It always gets brought up.
I believe you
By somebody sitting here.
You played one game. That was against Cronulla.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah. Was it one game
Turned
or
up
two?
left.
Well, that was the game they put Matt Rogers at 5'8".
Well, I did play 3, but most of them were off the bench, and I'd only come off the last couple of minutes, but they didn't get recorded. So I don't know. I'm not going to.
Well, there is one recorded. It was against Cronulla. Matt Rogers was playing. That was the year they experimented.
No, Matt Rogers was playing.
He was playing 5'8".
No, he wasn't.
He was put down in 5'8" as in the thing.
Controversy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was playing under 21s that day. He may have been, or I'd have to look at the program, mate. I don't know.
Sorry. E.T. was 5'8". Sorry, E.T. was 5'8".
Playing the Senate.
No, got moved to 6.
Well, he may well have made it. Like I said, it was a long time.
Who'd you mark up against? Sparkles McCall?
No, he was playing for us.
Was he?
Yep.
Did he go to Penrith?
Did you go to Penrith?
Oh, there you go.
Or did he play with Penrith first and go to Cronulla?
No, Cronulla. He was a Cronulla. I think he was Cronulla Junior.
Okay.
And
He's a big boy for a centre, wasn't
He's
he?
a fucking giant. I'll tell you that right now. And then he got left there and come to Penrith. I think he might have a season at South too. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Again, I didn't.
I think you may have too. Yeah.
You cop a lot of shit for playing for Penrith, but the only one that's played first grade out of anyone.
It's a fair call, isn't it?
It wouldn't have mattered if you played 100 games.
Yeah, mate.
One's enough, though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if you played 100. You get cop shit no matter what.
100% record too.
Yeah.
Well, our punters club that we're in, last place, gets a deflated Panthers ball signed by Sooth.
Signed by me.
I like it.
You've got to
last
carry
place.
that round to the next punters club.
Yeah.
It gets handed.
I like it.
I think I may have got it.
You might, yeah, well, yeah.
It's like for yourself.
Yeah. What's your relationship like with Gus?
Well,
I think he
turned
rings
up,
you
it was
often,
all
doesn't
glowing, and then
he? He rings him often to get.
Yeah, it was
Does
all
he?
glowing when I turned up there, and then the off season, you just don't want to know about you. And then fucking that was it. You didn't really want to know unless you could do something for him. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but all your high flyers have been like that. All your first graders.
something like that.
Yeah. Bloody first graders.
Yeah,
So,
first grade, yeah.
And imagine all the way to Sydney to get coached in first grade, and you come back and ran into me coaching you.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't get any
I think
better
it's
than
the highlight of
that,
my
does it?
career. Couldn't wait to tell everyone. But he's fucking like Doug Murray.
So what team was that you were coaching, Doug, when Sooth was playing?
Third grade.
Third grade.
I played fourth grade, and then I went up to third grade, and then ended up in second grade. In first grade, I just said, fuck first grade. Second grade's killing it, so I might as well play with it.
But you won it's the Bulls, didn't you? 2 years undefeated.
Oh, well, I didn't really play in the grand final in '96. I was on the bench.
Okay.
I injured myself halfway through the year, so.
But you're a part of that
You
squad.
weren't serving a suspension.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. No, I didn't tell you. I got binned a couple of times playing this.
Yeah, two of us here have actually coached Smooth. I've coached Smooth.
That's right, you have too.
A couple of
Fourth
years
grade.
ago. Came and had a run.
It's
Friday
hard,
night.
isn't it? Hard work.
It was. He wore this zip up jacket
Oh,
under
it's
his
like-
jersey.
Well, I couldn't find a thermal, so
He's-
it was that fucking cold.
We're here at Townsend. We're on our
I had
line.
enough of playing fucking cold footy in Scotland, mate. So to try and bug up. Right.
We're-
Oh, that's another career you haven't discussed.
so we're parked on. Yeah, we'll get there.
It's a family show,
We're
ladies.
parked on.
It's a family
We're
show.
parked on defending our line. Near the 20. Smooth takes this intercept.
Mate.
Smooth takes an intercept.
I
He's
would like to
off.
see
There's
a
no one in
video
front
of
of
it,
him.
actually.
He's just sprinting. And then Joshy Mills comes jogging up beside him, and Smooth just goes about the halfway. Just goes, boom. There you go. Passes it to him and just goes straight to the sidelines. Sits down on the bench. Lights up a
I was on
smoke.
the treadmill. I was going, that's
Just lights up a smoke. I said, "What are you doing, Smooth?" He goes, "I'm done.
that'll do.
That'll do me.
One assist.
I'm done."
One
It was the
assist.
last game I ever played. I think it was, I don't know.
That was the last game you played.
It was, yeah. Well, we got win. Finish off with a win.
So he coached you in your first game at the Greens. I coached you in your last. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
How's that?
It all goes
There you
full
go.
circle.
Yeah,
It all goes full circle in the green room.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Now, Dougie, you become a life member in 2001. What does that mean to you? How does that feel?
Sometimes it means I get to sit where I want. No, I think it's something that everyone in the club should strive for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bloody
yeah,
oath,
It's a
yeah.
fucking achievement.
I mean, it's not a great, it's not there for everyone to do, but considering how you look at things, you put in the hours. I played, I coached, I held a lot of positions, registrar and whatever, and
Yep.
I was a rep at the NRU for years, and it's just the work you put in,
Yeah.
and you eventually get rewarded.
So I had a look at the list, and for 90 years,
Yeah.
it's not a massive list.
Yeah, they don't just
it's-
hand them out. I can't
no.
remember the last person who got one.
Two last year. Two.
Last year,
Who was
Regan Jackson,
Yeah.
and
the president of the juniors,
Yeah.
and then someone else.
which I think is the greatest thing that they've amalgamated the
Yeah,
juniors
yeah,
and the
by
seniors
that, mate.
together.
Yeah.
That should have happened years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And who was the other one from last year?
The guy who was the president of the juniors.
Is it the current?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
I thought Reagan was the president. Or
She
now.
was.
Maybe it was
they-
one of
her-
these
her-
louts up there now.
Her and Jacko's have held various positions.
What's this, the three wise men up there, is it?
Yeah, look, live audience.
We've got a live audience now,
action.
and they're all idiots. Now, Dougie, I need you to clear up a story for me. It's about a helicopter and grand final. Is it true, and what happened?
Oh, it's true, yeah. Well, we used to have a running battle. The game, we didn't play here that often, only when we played lower grades. In those days, they had Wanderers played at Passmore, and Hamilton had their own ground out at Shortland, where the wetlands is. And they had a match of the day, and we played at number 2 more than we played there because we were one of the strongest clubs.
Yeah, okay.
So we had a running battle. We used to come up the back of the drain there and jump over the fence, because we hated paying them any money. So they got wise to that. They used to have blokes patrol, and we didn't do it. We were going to go down and put a gate on and a padlock on, like cut our own gate in.
They put your fake gate in.
Well, if you had council workers closed or something, no one would come and talk you. Put a gate in, and only Carlton blokes had the key to it. But we thought they'd eventually get onto that. So no, grand final one day we just decided we didn't want to. I think it was $7.50 or something to get in. And we said we're not paying that. So we went and hired a helicopter.
How much was the helicopter?
Like 400 or 500. Money's not important, mate. It's the principle of not paying to get into the ground that was
You don't get some poor helicopter ride. Can you take a couple of piss blokes?
I'll tell you what, I'd recommend anyone to do it. We had it for 15 minutes, and we got up to Nelson Bay and up to Cessnock and
And where'd you land?
In the middle of number 2.
Well, are people still playing and they're carrying on?
I was in between second. We timed it so I was in between second and first grade. and first grade were coming out and
the helicopters landed.
We rang up and got permission. I don't know who off, but we told them we had Alan Jones on the helicopter. So had all the officials on the sideline. We didn't tell them it was Gary Alan Jones.
Yeah.
So when we landed, we just got out in our Carlton gear and waved them all and just went up under the hill. They weren't overly pleased, and I think we lost the grand final too, so that's another matter, I guess. It was May East 12-9, I think it was.
You win some, you lose some, Dougie. It's a cracking story.
Oh yeah, it was a nice ride.
It's a nice ride.
Oh, the guys from May East were filthy. One bloke wanted to jump the fence and belt us and everything.
Really?
Oh, he was, you smart asses, you smart asses. And we said, you paid your $7.50, didn't you? There was another day early in the early 70s, it was, must have been 73 or 8 of us bought a car, a 1949 Pontiac, cost us $96, so it was $12.50 each or something. Anyway, it ran out of red gel and the grand final was on, and we wanted to go to the rugby in it, so we took the number plate off and painted it all black and painted it. We had 4 teams in the grand final, that's right. We painted MC 1, 2, 3, 4 on it.
As a number plate?
As a number plate, and off we went to the rugby. And we were playing, something happened inside the rugby, we were playing up, and one of the officials came up and said, I'm taking the number plate, and he started writing MC1, and he got to about 3 minutes. And then Toddy Scottman, you blokes wouldn't remember Toddy, but he drove it home to Cooks Hill, and the police pulled him over. The coppers got out and gone, MC went, exactly like the guy said, get in the car and get home now.
You don't get that anymore, do you?
No.
Smoothie, you went over to play in Wales for a bit?
No, England and Scotland, mate.
England and Scotland.
Yeah.
Right. How was that?
Fucking cold. Freezing, mate. It's unbelievable.
So you didn't get on the field, mate. You were on the bench anyway.
No, I just learned how to. I actually learned how to
on the
ruck
bench
and
a lot,
maul over
hasn't he?
He
there,
does, yeah.
mate. You learn how to ruck and maul over there, mate, and just keep warm. That's about it.
Did you forget it on the plane home?
No. You made the most of the good weather when you had it. You throw the ball around there. As soon as it starts raining, mate, you just tuck it on your arm and go. So that's about it.
So you're playing on the wing there too?
No, in the centres.
I've got one of his jumpers at home.
Yeah, do
From
too,
Scotland?
Yeah. Nah, England actually. That's a Bridlington.
Who'd you play for?
Bridlington, and then I went up to Scotland because we got the shits of those blokes because the contract it wasn't what they said they were going to give us.
Yeah.
So 2 years later, I went up to Edinburgh and sort of Edinburgh Academicals and Broughton.
Yeah,
Broughton former pupils actually.
And what year was that?
2003 to about 2006. I came back for a bit and just went back over. So,
Yeah, right. And you caught up with a few of the boys over there. You're good mates with Sean Rudder, who was part of the
had a night out.
2011.
Yeah, he was playing for Castleford, I think. He was playing for Castleford.
He's over there, yeah, because he played in the 2011 undefeated side. reunion next week, so he's going to be in
too,
town,
yeah.
I think. Tell us a story about the Phantom Pisser.
Oh,
What's this?
well,
What?
right.
Undefeated, were
So
they?
Yeah, until
they'd obviously had their off season. Clint Newton's come up. He flew over. So we must have some relatives over there. I don't know, whatever. So they, oh no, look, we're coming up to Edinburgh. Yeah, beauty, no worries. So we got. It's a Monday night.
Yeah.
So it's student night, obviously, or hospital night, or whatever. I don't know. So we went to this, nightclubs, and there were dollar drinks everywhere, and everyone was drinking up, blah blah blah, and they were staying in town actually, some hotel. Anyway, we were that drunk we could barely stand up, so we all just slept there. And I'm in the bed with Nudo, in the double bed with Nudo. Next thing you know, I've woken up. There's a wet patch in the middle of the bed, and he's getting out of the shower. The towel wrapped me. He just started accusing me of pissing the bed. Said, mate, I'm fully clothed here. Like, there's not a patch of wetness on me. So
Well, he claims it's you.
well,
I've spoken to him numerous times about it, and you're the Phantom Pisser, and you're.
Well, this is going to be ongoing. For
I love when I get them both together.
Yeah.
It's just I just sit there and it's like watching two Mexican fighting fish go at it. They just at it.
It's just, yeah. Look, I'll say this. I know one of Clint's ex-girlfriends, and she's confirmed that when drinking. So,
We know a few blokes who do that, don't we?
yeah.
Our ex-skipper been accused of that a few times. Or ex-skipper?
Yeah, I think so. He used to wear something.
We're nappy.
Have a little. He used to have something laid out for him when he got home. Won't name names.
Put your nappy on.
No. Yes. Yeah, what else have I got? So I did my research and asked a few guys. Asked Ruff was one.
Right.
And Jace Tobe. So the two that I asked.
Oh, okay.
That's as far as my research went.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing, yeah.
Dougie, Ruff's asked me to ask you about a play that you put on. Did you organise a play or something?
No.
Any time? No?
Who's Russ?
Gareth Wazick.
Oh, okay, no. A play. I mean, I feel like my life's in a play, but sometimes it's humour, satire, drama. No?
No? All right. Well, Russ, I'm no longer going to Ruff for any advice.
Yeah,
His wedding was a play, wasn't it?
His wedding was the play. It was the most
If I'm not
outrageous
mistaken.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, was it?
Well, what happened?
Mate.
It was a pantomime.
It was a pantomime.
Like an acting.
They had 7 different costume changes this freaking wedding. It's like, you can't keep up.
Who did Ruff?
Yeah.
When?
The town hall stage.
Town hall, yeah, everything was on.
What?
Didn't know
Cocktails,
that.
there you go.
I didn't know, 'cause I didn't go.
Hors d'oeuvres, it was ridiculous.
Coming up for the first brother ceremony, then the whole bridal party off, get the costume change and
so
come
you go
out
and have
again.
cocktails. Oh, the next bit's on. All right.
They changed.
Seven times.
7 changes.
It was outrageous.
You got him a long way, didn't it?
Wow.
I didn't.
The actual wedding ceremony went for about 2 hours. It's like, lucky getting cocktails. We walked out of the joint.
Yeah, right.
It's longer than the Requiem Mass.
Oh, ridiculous. It's excessive.
Wow.
The thespian, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you used to live with Jace Tobes.
I did, yeah. Back.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh,
You burnt the house down.
put it this way, it was like the young blokes like to get up and cause a bit of strife, that's for sure.
Tell us about the time they cling wrapped you.
Oh, that was a ripper. Nathan Toby. Absolute cracker.
You've come
Anyway, I'm at the Burl all night. I think it must have been, I think I was just finished afternoon shift or something. I got home early, about 9 o'clock, so I jammed about 12 schooners in me at the zoo.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know how many cans of rum and coke. Anyway, I'm legless, got a cab home. And you'd leave the sliding door open. I just, no one's going to, didn't get too much trouble up there, people getting shit nicked out of their houses and that. Anyway, so down the stairs, down the side, in there, whack, I've been KO'ing it. Next thing you know, he's put a cling wrap as high as my head. And it's absolutely, I must have fell into it. And you can hear the boys, I think Nathan must have moved down the stairs across the road from my flat. And I reckon I could hear him pissing himself laughing, like just laughing his head off. And I was probably at the door going, you little girl. I got up the next day and said, yeah, well played.
What about when you
Maybe
burnt it
putting
down?
spiders in me bloody, believe me, because I had this piece of shit car to get myself to work and back. And didn't worry about locking it because no one's going to steal a piece of shit. Anyway, so I think, put Nathan again, put like a rubber spider in the
Visor.
in the visor. And anyway, I used to leave a key up there to say, "Fly!"
What about when you nearly burnt it
Again,
down?
well played. Yeah.
What about when you nearly burnt it down?
No, I didn't really burn it down. Not that one anyway.
No, he burned another one
I
down.
burned it. Oh, I didn't.
Hey,
Accident.
got the insurance
Got a
money
list.
though.
Got the bomb back.
He got the bond back. Nowhere in the lease does it state that it can't burn the house down.
No.
So you've got to give it. Nowhere in the lease. You've
We
got
have
to
to
give
pay
it.
the excess on their insurance. There's nothing in it, mate.
Technicality.
Technicality, mate. There you go.
They'd get you if they got the chance.
Exactly, buddy, right.
What else? Oh, what are you guys thinking about the season? How they're going? We should talk about some footy.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably should.
Well, can't do any more than be undefeated.
Yeah.
That's it. 10 years later from the last time they did it, can they do it again? It's
Yeah.
a big question.
That's a big question.
It's up to
They
them.
got the team to do it. It's all in their heads.
Yeah.
It's all in their attitude, I suppose. But
We stay fit.
stay fit, and stay injury free.
Mate, we copped a shitload of injuries at the start and we're still winning.
We're still winning.
belting the piss out of
it just
teams.
shows you
So
the depth of the club. So it's a good thing to see.
Well, Frosty did his knee on Saturday.
Yeah,
his
right.
knee was, at least it wasn't a hammy.
I think
again.
it was his knee. Was
Frosty do
it
his knee,
Yeah.
was it?
Knee.
Like badly?
Was it bad?
Will his knee.
It's not good.
ACL.
So that, okay.
That's very broad, Bill.
Bit like your ass. Oh, geez, he's had some bad luck, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just
A lot
came
of
back
blokes
from
like that. Billy Freeman's another hard luck story, you know, like, yeah.
He's just hard luck.
Yeah.
Or hard work.
He's
One
probably
or the other,
finished
isn't
now,
it?
Billy.
Yeah. Right.
But they've got the reunion in 2 weeks. They've got the week off because Lake Macquarie are out, first grade.
Yeah.
So they have the week off. And they've got reunion against Hamo here. That'd be
Oh,
big-
that's a Hamo game.
That's a Hamo game, yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's what they played in the grand final.
why
So
not?
Yeah.
yeah, just makes
That'll be a big
sense.
day, won't it?
Yeah, might have a drink.
Might have a few.
Might have a drink. Might come down
What
for a
date's
drink.
that?
3rd of July.
That's all right.
Might as well have a drink. You got anything on? I've got a babysitter.
Clear the schedule.
I think I've been roped into this old boys WhatsApp group by Merv, so I'll probably be here anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to drag you to a beer, don't they? You wouldn't have one tonight. What's wrong with
No.
you?
Well, one could turn
Gotta
into
drive me
five.
out.
One could turn into seeing the sun come up tomorrow morning, mate. So, you know, I haven't had the best week business-wise, but you know, so. But I'll have to get back on the horse tomorrow. So one's too many and 100's not enough, mate.
Yeah. I'm with you.
That's how I
We all
roll.
know that feeling.
Righto, boys. Thanks for coming on. It was really
Not a
fun. It
problem
was a
at
good
all.
laugh.
That was great.
Yeah. Well, actually, just before, are you going again?
Yeah, just before you go, I'll tell you another story that I just remembered.
Yes.
I think you.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I'll tell you another story I just remembered.
Tell us all the stories.
We had a presentation night up the rugby club. I can't think what year it was, but Noel Jackson, who used to play with us, is I think's a life member. He used to be the manager up there. So a few of us have gone out the back to have a joint, or something, about 10 o'clock at night or whatever, and there's all these full kegs on the back landing. We're going, oh, have a look at this. This could be a party in the making here. So we've gone and got the cars and reversed them up. We've knocked off these 3 kegs. And next weekend we've tapped them downstairs here. You remember when the basketball court was down there?
Oh, yeah.
Underneath,
Yeah.
where the gym and that is now?
Yep.
And it was when the Matara surf contest was on. So all our mates who surfing are out at the Bel Air. We're down here, and all the guys from rugby and from the board club at Merriweather, we're all having a drink down
party.
here. And Russell and Evans from the surf club, they've decided to have a game of nude basketball.
Of course.
So they're playing nude basketball. There's about 200 blokes and children from the Bel Air have come back. So they're all in the court, and there's only like 2 foot around it. So it's crowded with all these blokes and young Sheelers and that. And Russell and Cole Dixon, and they're all playing nude basketball. And a bloke named Terry Banks, you remember him, he's left the ground some reason and run into some bloke in an argument and got stabbed. So next minute all the coppers are pouring through the doors. The coppers have come pouring through the doors. They gave a nude basketball on. They said, where'd you get the kegs? We said, well, we hired them, and they've checked them and said, no, they're stolen. And so they've confiscated the kegs, told everyone to go home or whatever. But we had a 9 hidden in one of the cars. So we go, well, we want to tap that. but all the gear's over at Hamilton Police Station. So I said, we'll go over and steal it. So we've gone over to Hamilton Police Station. It was out the back of the garage.
Are you still nude?
What?
Are you still nude?
Still what?
Are you
Still
still
nude?
nude?
They're still in the bollocky.
No, they've got clothes.
No, we weren't playing basketball.
No.
All the surf club blokes were.
Yeah, right.
So me and Toddy Scotland have snuck into the police station and we've snuck into the garage. And it was the old extractors in those days.
Yeah.
Spike 'em, yeah.
We're trying to get it undone and it's hissed. Next minute the coppers are coming out and said, what are you pair doing? We said, well, we're trying to get our gear so we can have another drink. So he just pissed us off. Go home, you idiots. So we rang up the next day to get it back and it was that the bloke from Delaney had claimed it.
Yeah.
That it was his
What's
kegs.
his name?
Yeah.
Chapman?
No, long before him.
Oh, right.
So we've got, and we knew the bloke because me and Bagsy and Toddy Scottman used to live in Cookshill.
Yeah.
So we've gone down and said, give us our magic box and, well, it was the old coil in those days, give us the box back and their bottle. And he's gone, no. And we said, listen here, Frank. And he said, listen here, Frank, you're claiming insurance on the kegs. He said, you know as well as we do, they're not yours. We knocked them off from the rugby club. So give us our gear back. So he's give us our gear back. But I just remember the night before, when the coppers come, one of my older brothers and a few of the blokes had grabbed all the kegs, the one that was still, and they used to have the double-decker buses over here,
Yep.
Pixie and Dixie.
Yep.
Well, they've gone and hid in there with all the keg gear and that, and that's where the coppers found it in the bus. That's why they thought, oh, there's something going on here, and they checked the kegs and that. Yeah, that was just another day at the...
What happened to the bloke they got stabbed? What happened to the bloke they got stabbed?
Oh, it wasn't a bad stab.
That was okay.
Oh, one of the bird that time. Barry got stabbed. Little penknife about that big. Oh, Barry's going, what? Who was that bloke?
Oh, just a bloke. With,
Bloke, random bloke on the floor.
Just a troubled soul.
Turned up, started stabbing people.
He probably lives in there, I'd say, if I had to guess.
He's got his own house up here, actually.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Don't worry, a few months later he went up the beaches and stabbed John Toohill too. So
Oh, did
No.
It's the Phantom Stabber.
everyone got to go.
Phantom Pisser? Phantom Stabber.
Well, finished. Well, more stories, Doug?
No, that'll
No,
do.
That's
That'll
it.
do.
That's it.
Smooth? Any more? Puggy? Nothing?
No. Oh, I'm back tomorrow.
Back what?
My back's good. I'm back on the field tomorrow.
Playing?
First fours up at Maitland, 7:30. I mean,
Oh, everyone get down there to watch Pugger get injured again.
Yes.
Love it.
Fight a bit, mate, no one to fight.
They're taking bets on what minute you're going to get injured. Minute 4.
Bring the result through to us, will you?
yeah.
All right, boys. Thanks heaps for coming on.
Thanks,
It was
guys.
fun. That was
Pleasure.
good.
Pleasure.
This episode is brought to you by Steve Wentman and Wentman Legal. Everyone deserves personalised professional representation, no matter the offence. Isn't that right, boys?
It is. That's everyone's got a story.
Nobody sees it, mate, it didn't happen.
That's right. All right, thanks very much. It's another episode. Over and out. Green
See you
Room
guys.
Boys.